Hello, everyone. Welcome to BSC News Live. Good to have you here. Good. It's been a very interesting week. Obviously, yesterday we had Crypto's Got Talent, where we had some very exciting guests on. And excuse me, the week in general has been eventful. Something that's happened in the last sort of 20 minutes and even, just the last 5 minutes is Elon Musk has published on his Twitter the recommendation source code about a Twitter algorithm. So obviously a lot of the time people are trying to get around the algorithm, use the Twitter algorithm or any social network algorithm to their advantage. And now that has been made open source. So here's the GitHub page for it. I don't really know how to read any of this. I assume it's sort of all in code and that sort of thing. But I'm sure there's going to be individuals and organizations who can and will take advantage of this. Yeah, I don't really know what any of this. I mean, it's interesting. Provides users with recommendations for accounts to follow and tweets from those accounts. So if we go on this, so right, this is a bit above my head, but I'm sure there will be companies able to take advantage of this, and obviously that probably puts a advantage to the projects companies that can read this sort of thing. Yeah, but it's very interesting. Models predict likelihood of a Twitter user interacting with another user. This project builds a machine. Where's the machine? Okay, interesting. Yeah, I don't know what any of this is. Yeah, but it is quite interesting that Elon has made this code open source. Obviously, the YouTube algorithm and general social media algorithms from other platforms, they're kind of a closely guarded secret. So it is interesting to see that they've done this. And Elon just tweeted a picture of himself, presumably like AI or something, or I assume that isn't actually him. Well, isn't actually him wearing that jacket. I don't know. So most of the recommendation algorithm will be made open source today. The rest will follow. Acid test is that independent third parties should be able to determine with reasonable accuracy what will probably be shown to users. No doubt many embarrassing issues will be discovered. Interesting. But also something that he did today as well is the verified organizations. Obviously at BSC News, we've got the legacy tick when we were verified before you could pay for blue ticks. But now what you can do, you can essentially pay for it. So we've done this. However, I think it costs around £1,100 a month to do it. And then sort of sub accounts below that, it's an additional, I think, £600. Oh, he's in a Twitter space. Let's see what Twitter space he's in. Oh, this one. Okay. Well, we'll listen to that some other time. Thanks, Elon. Actually, there's probably a lot of people that would be in here, but listening to that one. Anyway, okay, moving on. Obviously, earlier in the week, we looked at XRP, which has been doing bits, as they say. It's had a very good bull run. As we can see, the XRP chart is the sort of normal color candles, and Bitcoin is the orange here. This sort of, well, if we go on a longer time frame, actually, the XRP chart sort of in the last week or so has flown up. There's a lot of rumors about the SEC versus Ripple case coming to a close, which would obviously be good for not only Ripple, but the entire market. So we've seen a lot of transactions here and a lot of volume. I think at one time, there's a short on our YouTube explaining that the transaction volume for XRP was around 5 to 10 times higher than that of Bitcoin. Not volume by monetary value, but volume by number of trades. At one time, well, not one time, but they're around 1 million trades per minute compared to Bitcoin's 100,000 to 200,000. And I'll just bring that website up that we were looking at as well. So the website is called Fiat Leak, and here we are. Hold on. So this shows you live trades of XRP. So yeah, earlier in the week, it was sort of around 1 million. Obviously, things have slowed down a little bit now, but still, it's quite impressive. And it's interesting as well to see what continents countries are trading at that time. We can change currency as well. So what we can do, let's head to Bitcoin. Hold on. There we go. And Bitcoin around, 200,000 trades per minute. It's interesting, isn't it? And you can see live sort of where it's all going. So mostly America, which is sort of to be expected. In the UK, Europe at the moment, it's evening, afternoon. Yeah. Wow, there's a lot of trades. Also, sorry if you hear some strange noises. My dog is in the room with me, and she normally likes to be sort of running around the house, but she's been very barky, so I've put her in the room with me just so she's sensible. And we can see a little bit over there as well as Asia start to wake up, or very, very late night trading. But the majority of trades at the moment, as we can see, around 300,000 are America. Fantastic. Okay, moving on. So this is the Bitcoin chart daily on a logarithmic view. Yeah, a lot of people say that, there's been a bull run recently, and we can sort of see that. If we change to maybe, let's change to 1 hour, just so we can see a little bit easier. So there's been this real jump up here. And yeah, we're sort of hovering around 27, 28, but obviously haven't broken through 30 yet. And if we turn on our Lorentzian classification machine learning trade bot and switch to 4 hours, which is the most effective for it to do, it did some very, very good trades. So there was a buy signal right at the bottom here, and then a sell, not exactly the top, but very near the top there. And it's also signaled another buy on this long candle here. So I personally expect for another leg up, purely from the Lorentzian classification machine learning model. It has got an 82% win rate on Bitcoin. However, on Ethereum, it's more successful. If we go to Ethereum now, well, historically, it was more successful. Yeah, on Ethereum, it's 88.5%. So now if we look at the Ethereum chart, again, it's given us a buy signal, pretty much the same place as the Bitcoin one. However, Ethereum and Bitcoin are very closely related, as you can see here. So Bitcoin is in orange, and Ethereum is in the normal candle color. There we are. But yeah, the Lorentzian classification machine learning bot, indicator, whatever you want to call it, does work better, I think, on Ethereum. Actually, no, not just I think, it does. Because Bitcoin is 82% and Ethereum is 88.5%. So proof is in the pud. Anyway, moving on. Core. So obviously Core DAO, early last month, was mainnet released, which a lot of people were looking forward to. And there's been, you can say, a bit of retracement in the price. It started trading sort of around on the first days around sort of $4.50 or so, and at the moment we're around $1.70. If we change it to logarithmic, it doesn't really actually make much difference. But yeah, we're sort of down here at the moment, the lower end. Core, to an extent, a lot of people think, or consider it to be a little bit like Pi network, to an extent. However, obviously, they've got their mainnet launched, and Pi have not yet. There's also a token on Core which has seen a lot of trading volume and a lot of interest. It's considered a meme token or a meme coin, called Ignore FUD. or 4 token is the ticker. And we can see here, yeah, it's held reasonably well. So it's sort of, it was released, let's say exact date, 25th of March. And yeah, seen some nice volatility. I know the chart's a bit small, but the one thing that's quite good about this token, so I think I bought like maybe $100 of it around here. You can see sort of where I drew lines. So I'm around, at the moment, my price is just below sort of break even. But by holding this token around $100 or so, I have earned 23.24 US dollars and also 0.6 of something called BO. Oh, and yeah, just by holding it. Obviously, there's been a lot of trading volume, but I think that's quite impressive. Sort of like a week's hold, nearly $30 from $100. That's quite a good return. If we converted that to APR, APY, that'd be obviously a lot higher. Well, sorry, not a lot higher, but it'd be a very impressive percentage. So yeah, that's cool. You can trade it on Archer Swap, and this is their website. Ignore FUD. It's an interesting token. Obviously, yeah, I never ever really buy meme tokens or meme coins, but yeah, there was a lot of talk about it and things. So I thought, well, why not? Anyway, moving on. We published an article about Mad Meerkat Finance, MMF. Well, yeah, going into Arbitrum. Arbitrum recently, obviously, has been all over the socials. If we just quickly switch to, I have got an Arbitrum chart here. Arbitrum airdrop, yeah, took a little bit of a dip, but then now perhaps it's going back up, which is good. So most people should be pretty around break even, also that bought it during the first, well, listing time. If you got the free airdrop, free money. But apart from that, yeah, I think things look reasonably good for Arbitrum at the moment. And MMF as well. If we just switch to, this is MMF/Crow. So they started out on Kronos and then have been expanding to more chains. I know they're on Polygon as well. So Arbitrum, Polygon, Kronos, and off the top of my head, that's all that I know so far. However, with the MMF chart, if we look at it, it's seen a significant retracement. If we look here, sort of during the bull run, I mean, this isn't unique to MMF. Loads of DeFi projects, tokens, that sort of thing, have seen this sort of retracement, not necessarily at all due to neglect from the project owners or anything, but market conditions. People were and are scared to an extent of DeFi, and obviously crypto is volatile, and smaller tokens than say Ethereum, Bitcoin, the huge ones, people may be a little bit wary of at the moment. So it's not unusual to see this sort of retracement. And obviously, they're still working, still putting out good products and stuff. But yeah, this is the MMF token. So it's all-time high, around sort of $1.08. And at the moment, it's trading around 2.2 cents. If we just look in a little bit just to get the exact price. Sorry, it's 1 cent. Apologies. So actually, is this an all-time low? No, it's not. Okay, cool. So it's not an all-time low. The all-time low was 0.7 cents. Okay. So yeah, that's MMF. And obviously I said, they started out on Crow as well, crypto.com. So Kronos is the sort of native. Hold on, my dog just smashed something. I'm gonna be back in just a moment. 2 seconds. Apologies. Macy, come here. No. Come here. Come on. Oh, Macy, come here. Hello, apologies. Yeah, so she managed to rip down the stair guard And that was that big crash that you might have heard. Sorry. And if you're interested, here she is. She's being a very naughty girl this evening. But, you know, that's dogs for you. But apologies, I had to go. But yeah, she literally must have bitten and like ripped it off. I don't know. Anyway, she's here with me now. Yeah, so this is Crow. So, as I said, the sort of native chain of Crypto.com. Obviously, they have got the Crypto.com chain, but no, I don't really know who uses the Crypto.com chain. Everyone pretty much uses Kronos with the Crow token. What's unique about Kronos as well is their community. Their Twitter Spaces that the Crow farmers, they're called, go to. They're a really tight knit community, and they genuinely support the Kronos chain, Crow token, and the projects building on it. I personally think that's because it's seen a lot of adoption in America, and it's a very accessible DeFi chain to access from America, unlike perhaps Binance, which a lot of the rest of the world use, maybe BNB chain, and using BNB chain is a little bit easier if you have Binance, the sort of full application, not Binance US. And Crypto.com has obviously seen heavy advertising over in the US as well. Obviously, there has been quite a lot of retracement as well from its all-time high, but not as much as various alt tokens or alt coins that we looked at, such as MMF. But yeah, from 96 cents to currently 6 cents. Yeah, with Crypto.com as well. I use Crypto.com actually. So I've got a Crypto.com card, and it's one of the most useful ways to off-ramp crypto. So hold on. There it is. There's my Crypto.com card. And one of the great things about it, yeah, it's easy to do. You know, you can quickly sort of swap crypto to fiat, but it's metal, which is pimp. And the other sort of crypto card that I use is this one. Oh, just this one. And this is a CL card from Ledger. Hold on. So, I'm just seeing if there's not any weird personal details on there. There you go. So this, you might be able to see it. Hold on. I'll just Ledger. So this is my Ledger card, which integrates with the Ledger Live mobile app and also the desktop app, so I can quickly switch fiat to crypto just on air, which is very useful. But I do find the Crypto.com card a little bit easier to use, and having a metal card, I know it sounds quite like shallow and stuff, but I think it is quite cool. Anyway, moving on. We looked at Arbitrum a few minutes ago, and obviously there has been an airdrop for that, and some people got some pretty good money from it. You know, they got airdropped a significant amount of tokens and were able to cash out a fair amount. There's quite a bit of hype being going around about another airdrop coming up, ZK Sync. So I've brought up the page now. What I'm going to do as well is put a QR code on screen. 2 seconds. So we've published an article on BSC News. Hold on, I can't do two things at once. ZK Sync airdrop. There we go. Cool. So we published an article about the ZK Sync airdrop coming up, which gives some hints and tips about maybe how to earn ZK Sync tokens when mainnet or the airdrop happens. This isn't guaranteed at all. Only people perhaps at ZK Sync know how they're going to distribute ZK Sync tokens, but from previous airdrops and what we've researched into, there's some steps and stuff in here about perhaps how to secure yourselves a little bit of the airdrop, as well as more information about the airdrop. So yeah, it's certainly worth a read. And obviously airdrops are basically free money, so it's nothing to lose, everything to gain. So the 2 seconds, the QR code to learn more about that, the ZK Sync airdrop, is there. All you need to do is scan it. You'll be taken to the article and yeah, learn more about the airdrop, but also read about tips to get free tokens from the airdrop, a bit like Arbitrum. Yeah, Nothing to lose, everything to gain. Indeed. If you'd like to, ask any questions about anything, let us know as well. Just type in the chat. On YouTube's easier to read from my screen, but obviously up to you. We do stream too. Hold on, as well. 6 channels concurrently. Okay, moving on. Obviously, we mentioned Arbitrum. Oh, actually, hold on. Arbitrum as well. And I think, yeah, we've already looked at that chart. We've looked at core. Okay, right. So the past week, even this year has seen a lot of institutions getting approached by regulators with legal demands, threats, that sort of thing. Forbes has published this list of crypto firms, or the timeline of crypto firms being approached by legal entities. So we'll have to have a quick look at this because it's quite interesting. And there are a few there that I didn't even know that happened. So March 29th, so 2 days ago, the crypto exchange BSC, I've never actually heard of that, ceased operations after it was charged by the SEC for failing to register as a securities exchange. In a complaint that also alleged the company's founder, Artak Hamazaspian, misappropriated $900,000 of customer money for gambling and other personal use. Wow. Well, fair enough. Not nearly $1 million just for gambling and personal use, if it wasn't his salary or whatever. Okay, well, hopefully no one's badly affected by that, because that's awful. Again, it's like a mini sort of FTX. Okay, March the 27th, so 2 days prior to that, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, or the CFTC, sued the world's largest crypto exchange, Binance, and its chief executive, CZ, alleging the firm had worked to keep the money flowing and avoid compliance. We looked at that, I think, 2 days ago, or 3 days ago even, and CZ's exact response to that. So scroll back on the live streams or on our videos. I think it's called Ignore FUD, and you'll be able to see there. We look at the words and the allegations directly from the horses' mouths. But there's been a lot. 24, Terra USD. Oh, good. A message popped up on my screen, but I'm not sharing. Yeah, it didn't pop up on the stream, which is great. Privacy at its finest. March 24th, Terra USD and its companion Luna were charged with fraud. March 22nd, SEC announced charges against Justin Sun and quite a few influencers. Obviously, we looked at that as well. I think, again, if you scroll back in the stream, you'll be able to find it. Coinbase received the Wells notice on March 22nd. February 28th, Nishad Singh became the third executive from the once dominant cryptocurrency exchange FTX to plead guilty. I think this is quite big, to charges of criminal fraud amid a federal investigation into the bank. So he's pleaded guilty, which I think's significant. And we'll look, well, what that Allison woman says, and also Sam. But I think him pleading guilty, yeah, interesting. There should be developments. We will see. Moving on, 22nd of February, Voyager Digital. Voyager, filed bankruptcy. Kraken got sued by the SEC January the 19th. Nexo Capital was fined by the SEC 45 million, and other parts as well. Genesis, obviously, at the start of this year. But it's quite interesting to see everything that's happened this year. The SEC, or the CFTC, Commodities Futures and Trading Commission, CFTC, are coming after crypto. But is it even their job to, police crypto? I don't know. What makes them think that they can... Actually, I don't know. I probably don't know enough about the subject to make a comment on it, but I don't know. Are they the police of crypto? Who knows? Anyway, moving on, some on-chain data. I'm going to just close that QR code for ZK Sync. So if you're interested in the ZK Sync airdrop, now's the chance at the top left of the screen to scan that QR code for the last time. This on-chain data, it shows the exchange balance. Often when we see an influx of Well, so this is the exchange balance of Bitcoin on exchanges. If this goes up, this sometimes means that people are moving their funds to an exchange to sell. If it goes down, it often means that they've already bought and are just moving it to their own personal, often cold storage. There's been 2 seconds. I'm just going to take this QR code down. There's been no significant moves recently. If we look at the, oh, for goodness sake, I don't know why Glassnode is this expensive. So if I want to change to a 1-hour resolution, I have to pay. Oh, I'm currently on this $29 per month, which is quite pricey. I'd need to pay $800 per month, which is a lot of money to look at on-chain data. I don't know why it costs that much. If anyone knows why, it'd be useful to know. But yeah, at the moment, there's nothing really to suggest that a dump might be incoming. I mean, it would be good if we could zoom in on this this part. Hold on. Yeah, so there's the exchange. Well, the balance on exchanges has gone down, which for me is a good sign. That means people are essentially taking Bitcoin off exchanges to store themselves. There was a peak here and it's gone down, and that might explain the sort of sideways movement that we've seen here. The white line is Bitcoin price, but people have been selling, but maybe retail have been buying. So explains sort of a bit of a flat line for Bitcoin. Anyway, that's a sort of overview and tie-up of the week. We've had some really, really interesting live streams and guests. So please do look through our YouTube channel at what we've done. Some of the guests have, well, all of them have been really, really interesting. Everything from an incredibly deep dive and look at maximum extraction of value / front running. And that was Bloxroot. And that's really, really interesting. And also Bloxroot obviously sponsor these lives as well. And what they offer is protection against front running and sandwich bots. So they offer the product called BSC Protect down there. So if you use that as a custom RPC URL, you're guaranteed not to get front run or experience sandwich attacks. They also offer it for Ethereum as well, and the QR code for that is there. They also offer it on Polygon, and just you'll be able to view that on their website. Also, I put another QR code up there for RPC URLs, which is on the BSC News website, and you can easily add custom RPC URLs to your MetaMask or whatever wallet you're using just with one click. So that's that. However, it's now the weekend. It's 8:30 p.m. in the UK. Don't know where it is or what time it is where you are. In America, it's maybe midday, early afternoon. Have a wonderful afternoon, America. Have a great weekend. Have a beer. Why not? That's if you want one. If you're in any other part of the world, rest of Europe, you're pretty around my-ish time. Just have a good evening. I think over in Asia, I think it's like really early in the morning for you. So I hope you're having a nice lie-in or just a nice sleep. But anyway, that is all we've got time for. Do send us a message if you want us to cover anything in these live streams, or even if you want to come on, send us a message. It'd be good to, speak to as many guests as we can. But thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Relax, see some family, take some personal time, because obviously crypto it's very tempting just to be involved in it 24/7 because it's an unregulated market and the markets are open 24/7. But family, friends always come first. Health is wealth. Apologies. Okay. Speak soon, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you as always.